In the Central African Republic of Chad, the army there says President Idriss Déby has died just one day after he was declared the winner of elections that secured him a sixth term in office. Mr. Déby was reportedly killed while visiting troops on the front line of a battle against northern rebels. The 68-year-old came to power in a rebellion in 1990 and was one of Africa's longest-serving leaders. Here's now what the Chief of Staff of Chad's army had to say earlier.
Marshal of Chad, Idriss Déby Itno, as he did every time when the Republic's institutions were seriously threatened, took the heroic lead in a combat operation against terrorists who had come from Libya. He was injured in the engagement and died after being brought back to N'Djamena.
Well, let's now turn to West Africa correspondent Fred Mouvenir, who has just returned from Chad after covering those elections. Fred, please tell us more about the circumstances about how President Déby died.
Well, like the military officers have said, he died when he was in combat. But obviously the opposition and some sources that we have from Chad, they are saying that actually this is not true, because, I mean, they're saying that it's unlikely that he was on combat, he was fighting, and probably he might have been actually killed by his own officers. So that's kind of, so far, the information. Maybe in the coming hours or days we'll know more about the circumstances around his death. But so far, that's what the people from Chad are speculating.
Yes, these are very fluid situations still. Fred, why was he on the battlefield?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question. I mean, we know from the past that President Idriss Déby, who, I mean, last year he got this title, top military accolade marshal. Last year, as a fighter, he was still seeing himself as a strong military man, and he has been. I mean, it was said that he used to go in the battlefield to fight the Boko Haram and other militants before. But now, at this particular time, when he was waiting for the official results to be announced, and then he goes into the battlefield to fight insurgents, that's what doesn't make sense at this particular time.
So does that mean that people think that there might have been foul play?
Yeah, exactly. A few days ago, while I was still there in Chad, I was talking to some people, and they were convinced that President Idriss Déby will not finish his sixth term. He is probably going to be killed. And even when these rebels attacked Chad, coming from north towards N'Djamena, they were convinced that these people are going to succeed. They will come to N'Djamena and they will oust him. And I mean, for people who have been seeing him for 30 years as a top and strong military person, believing that he can just vanish just like that in a very easy way, that is something which is what people don't understand, and what makes people think that probably there is some sort of foul play here.
Who could be taking over now in Chad? Who will take power, do we think?
Yes, his son, Mahamat, General Mahamat, he's the second in command. I mean, after his father, he's very strong general, very young, 37 years old. This is the guy the military has announced that he's going to lead the transitional council.
And what kind of problems and conclusions could arise from a potentially deteriorating situation in Chad and the region?
Well, the Chad has so many problems. They have poverty, they have insurgents that have completely torn apart the country and also the Sahel region. So the death of President Idriss Déby might actually make the situation worse. But then inside the country, the opposition and civil society organization rose up a few weeks ago, saying that we don't want him to stand for a third term. So all these are the powers that are going to stand, and they have got a voice now when there is some sort of power vacuum. Now it's likely going to be worse, where we are going probably to see more people fighting for the power, armed groups also rising to make sure that they get what they wanted, but also the opposition trying to get to what they wanted to remove President Idriss Déby. But of course, there is also some of confidants or former confidants of President Idriss Déby also who want power.
DW's West Africa correspondent Fred Mouveni, thank you for your reporting.